Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Black Mirror 2. Let's see where we are. It's been a little bit of a break. Oh yes, we were trapped here. And so we're not stuck somewhere, and hopefully we might be past all the bugginess and the craziness that we were seeing. We got trapped in this bunker by the killer who allegedly killed Angelina, or he at least pointed to a bloody cabinet. So I mean, you assume that him or somebody else in the cult killed them. Had to take a little bit of a break. There's so much allergens in the air that I wanted to rest my throat. I was getting sore throats. And certainly not the time for me to be taking breaks. If anything, I should be
budge an inch.
Working as hard as possible, or for as long as possible. Making YouTube video game videos, it's not particularly hard work. It's just time consuming and easy to distract yourself.
There's plastic cutlery on the table. You can't do anything with it. Not even eat properly.
This place has all been
Seems
set.
they don't want to let me go thirsty. Huh. That's about 3 gallons. If you need around half a gallon a day, that means they want to keep me waiting here for no more than 6 days. Great.
Or maybe they're gonna stretch it out. Like, it seems like there's a sink here and a toilet here. One assumes that there might be some water connected to that too. Let's see, what else do we have to look at? Camping stove, screwdriver. Of course, we'll use the screwdriver.
Looks like a screwdriver.
Well, if they didn't want you to kill yourself,
that
that would have. That shouldn't have been there.
I'll leave it there. If I need to warm something up or ignite something, then I can do it here. I'll leave it there.
Alright, so of course we're trying to escape. And I think we probably have more than enough items to escape.
The iron bars are covered in rust. I still can't move them.
Let's see, we've got... I'm gonna have to remind myself as far as what I even have. Breadcrumbs. This picture postcard, which seems to be for a different, like, chapter. Maybe we're getting close to that chapter. Because... like, right now... Small piece of cloth, aluminum bowl, sparkler. Seems like it might be the beginnings of a bomb of some sort. Maybe to blow off the cell lock.
A huge padlock. Quite old, with a large keyhole.
See, this feels a lot like that puzzle where you needed the gun and you needed the bullet in the gun to shoot the wolf, and if you didn't do it, you'd die and the game would game over. And if you hadn't saved, you would
still very strong,
had to start from
old.
the beginning.
I won't be able to break it open. I could use a welding torch right now.
In the first game.
Welding powder. It's a mixture of iron oxide and aluminum powder. That stuff burns at almost 4,500 degrees Fahrenheit and can easily melt iron.
So it's
and iron
telling
oxide
you.
is in rust. There's enough of that here.
So it's straight up telling you what to do, which that's nice, because one assumes that if I turn over here, let's see, sort out some light. Yeah. Find a way out and examine the corpse. So cell lock, and seems like there's a cell door too. The angle is very odd.
Locked.
Seems like you didn't particularly need to have the cell door and the cell lock all combined. And I suppose we'll take a picture, or attempt to take a picture of everything. Just for some consistency's sake. Actually, I don't even have to do this, do I? Because if the game is going to have me do anything, it's going to go red.
If that would work, then there's no way they would have left the screwdriver lying here.
So chain, bars, door. Seems like the chain is not part of it. This, but this.
Apart from the fact that I've seriously lost my appetite, I don't really fancy a picnic in this cozy underground cell.
This is just a bowl. So cloth doesn't seem like it's the thing either. Though it seems like some of this stuff should just mix together. Sparkler in the bowl. Sparkler on anything else? The camping stove? Seems like that is the right move.
I need to ignite the gas first.
So the igniter will start the gas, I guess.
I shouldn't let the flame burn too long. Who knows how long the gas will last?
Sparkler with that.
I'd rather not. The sparkler will burn out really quickly. I have to do something else first.
That with that, nope. Message with that or that, nope. Contents with that or that. Guess maybe use the knife on this to get the rust off. I wonder if I really have a timer going on here.
Rust off here.
Notice again, they don't bother to animate it at all. Alright, so now...
I collected the powder on the pages of the storybook. Yeah, that should be enough.
Does that just get rubbed on the lock?
I better mix the rust powder with the aluminum powder before I put it in the lock.
So how do I get the aluminum going? Knife to the aluminum bowl.
I'll carefully scrape the aluminum off with the knife. Now this could take a while.
This is kind of an odd
Alright, I've mixed the
step.
aluminum powder with the powdered
I wouldn't have
rust.
thought of that.
It's sure not the greatest welding powder, but it ought to do for the lock.
I really wouldn't have expected you were going to take the knife to the aluminum bowl to get aluminum powder.
That's it. The welding powder's in the lock.
It's funny, it made like a lighting sound for no reason. And then we'll just use this, I guess, to move the fire from one place to the other.
Good.
One assumes I don't need to like dive under a mattress or something, or have any protective gear whatsoever.
It's lit. I'll have to hurry up. It's not gonna burn forever.
And since that's in the inventory, I'll just take it and use it there.
Alright then. Real careful now.
I guess the sparkler.
It's really evil stuff. The wicked thing is, it can burn without oxygen. That means you can't put it out with sand, for example. And if you pour water on it, the water is broken down by the heat, creating oxygen, or hydrogen, or oxyhydrogen, explosive gas. Everything explodes and superheated droplets fly everywhere. There's been some serious accidents.
Now you
it's
tell
not
me.
really something to try at home. But this was an emergency.
How does he know any of this? Like, he's an artsy-fartsy camera guy from college. Did he take a welding class at some point? Like, seriously, how does he know any of this? And why do we really need a warning message for this murder mystery game? I think you could definitely make an argument, though, that this game isn't going hardcore enough. It seems like it's PG-13ing itself for no real reason. Like, for instance, a great example of this is when you've got the photos of Angelina and you're holding on to that this whole game. She's fully clothed when it was in a pose that it would imply she would have done a nude. And then, yeah, when you see the blood and the corpse, it's barely for a second on the one corpse we've seen so far. And we're gonna see here in a second, we'll see some corpse. Maybe it's Angelina's, maybe it isn't. The shadow here, I also was thinking maybe there was insects crawling on the ground, but it seems like, no, it's just a shadow. And so we've now got a whole collection of other things.
I'll put the light on first.
Yeah, there's no reason to PG-13 this game.
That was easy.
Didn't even have to do anything.
That's no idea what that is.
Of course.
It says here that it's a rubber dinghy with a built-in compressed air capsule. You pull the ripcord and the dinghy inflates within seconds. Phew. It must have been the cutting edge of technology back then.
So we got two puzzles back to back about which are just escape the room puzzles. Yeah, this game did probably come out in a time when you know, teen was a more desired rating for games. Now we've pretty much given up on trying to make games for teen, and the vast majority of games are all M for mature.
An old box. Let's see.
And I could certainly see that because of the date, that would
magnesium flares.
That would be it.
I'll take them.
Be the reason for this. Although I don't think you fix the writing of the story by just making it mature. You then just come off as pandering and attempting to have shock value. Let's see, we've got another hose, like in the previous room. So I imagine what we're gonna do is
a hose.
Connect that
Quite
hose
thick.
to the other hose.
The kind that firefighters use. The metal door closed behind me when the guy pulled one of these levers.
So let's pull it.
See.
That was an awkward animation.
Nothing's happening. But it must be possible to open the door with this lever. I'll keep trying.
Maybe you need a combination. It's only 2 to the power of 3, which would be, you know, maybe 16 combinations. No, less than that, probably 8. But let's play it logically and not waste a lot of time. And we're kind of trying to avoid looking in
the cylinder
there.
of compressed air would have been
But I
refilled
imagine
using
we
this
can't
compressor.
leave the room until we do.
It's seen better days, but it's not fit for the junkyard just yet. The cylinder of compressed air would have been refilled using...
So...
The inflatable dinghy expands with its own built-in compressed air cartridge. It's a real compact package while it's uninflated, but it's only designed for 2 men. Unbelievable the amount of stuff I can get in my pants pocket. At this price, the quality's gotta be there.
That's like 2 jokes back to back.
Magnesium flares light up very brightly and can also burn underwater. Divers use them when they're way down deep, where normal lamps won't work.
Seems like we might ending up in the water one way or the other. Let's see. You got a box over here. In the foreground. We may flood this place.
The crate looks pretty rickety. Won't be long before it falls apart.
The screen ends here.
The door is bolted from outside. It's a huge armored door. I can't break something like this open. I'll have to look for another way.
I guess what they could do is we could go up the pipe and flood this area and get back in the sewers. What's this hatch?
Huh. A pressure hatch like the ones you see in submarine movies. Looks old, but isn't rusty yet.
Got a junk pile over here. Quite a lot of things in this area.
The people who were living in this bunker
Very
seem
different
to have
from
left half
other
of the
sections
things
of the
behind.
game.
There are bottles, boards, crates, pipe fittings, cardboard boxes, all kinds of things.
So, let's look at this locker on the right.
The metal locker must be about 50 years old, like most things here. I'm surprised that everything is kept so well. The thick walls probably keep things preserved.
These look like the wall lockers from the first game. A lot of this animation looks like it's just stuff from the first game.
There's a box.
Take the box.
These are cables with igniters, presumably for dynamite. I'll take one of the cables with me.
This really feels like you're doing the same puzzle twice because
I don't
people
need any
couldn't
more
agree.
cable at the moment.
All right, let's check out this locker.
What have we got here? Whoa, a stick of dynamite. Does 50-year-old dynamite still work? Or does it work too well and explode in my hands? Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Alright then.
Gotta try.
I'll leave the other stick here for now. I don't want to push my luck.
So almost certainly if you're gonna set off an explosion, there's a high chance that you would set off this dynamite explosion too. Now, how's this gonna animate when I open the middle cabinet?
Oh crap. I know I'm gonna regret this. Oh my god. Angelina's pursuer, Reginald Boris. He's been stabbed to death. Perhaps I'll find some clues to what happened to Angelina.
So,
Don't let it happen. You have to stop the...
I'm distracted by this
evil.
valve here. It's too bright.
God damn it! This can't be for real.
All this should be boring.
This can't be for real.
So, maybe he was the good guy, maybe Angelina is part of the secret society. We were gonna... Like, we can't even click on these... anything else on the screen. Alright, let's see. Take some evidence. It'd make more sense if they said storyline-wise he was taking photos of people for evidence, instead of just unlocking cutscenes and doing an animation because of that. And let's search him.
What the hell is that in his breast pocket?
If
Oh, gee, looting a corpse. Just what I needed. But if it helps Angelina...
So, the only argument you can make here is maybe Angelina was sent
Okay.
to Maine
I've
to
just
get
gotta do it.
Darren to go to England. But she never really even suggested that.
Sounds like a poem.
So,
This is just half of it.
and
The
she had the
purpose
opportunity
Days
certainly
be
to suggest
done.
it.
Gordon's son, hanging long and grow. The light, end in sight. I've no idea what that means, but I'll take the paper.
So, yeah, the idea is I'm Gordon's son. Okay, that makes
And
sense.
there's something else.
I'm
Insulation
really
tape.
hating having to search twice.
That's it. Luckily, there's nothing else here.
Clicking twice on a point and click adventure. Not what I want to do. Yeah, I don't see what the plot or the plan would have been to get Gordon. Let's see. Can these two combine?
I
Yes.
think I ought to place the charge first, and then make it live.
I'm just gonna hover over everything, I guess. Hey, there's a picture of the compressor I can take. I heavily suspect I've missed a considerable amount of these things. Like, this really adds nothing to the gameplay. Frankly, I should just unlock the
very lovely theme.
Extra pictures after beating certain sections. Alright, so we've been everywhere. I'm gonna assume that this dynamite is supposed to go on the door.
Absolutely no way. These kind of doors are specifically built to withstand explosions. It would be useless.
Interesting. Let's try the hatch then.
Let's see.
What's down there? Screen is slowly pivoting to the right.
Not much to see. Oh, it smells like stagnant water and rust. This could be some kind of water storage or tank or something.
Well, let's throw dynamite down there. Magnesium flares. Chain with the hatch. We've got quite a collection of things.
Can't see nothing of interest.
Junk can now be interacted with.
Boards, a broken lamp, and an old-fashioned detonating device.
So this is the biggest tease ever.
It's for detonating explosives.
We're gonna
like
blow
the ones
something
they used
up.
to use in quarries and mines. You turn the crank handle to build up an electric charge. When you press the button, it fires an igniter cap at the end of the wire. I'll have to position the stick of dynamite and attach the fuse cable first.
Like, am I supposed to be blowing up?
The cylinder of compressed air would have been
This?
refilled using this compressor. It's seen better days, but it's not fit for the junkyard just yet.
I'm actually rather confused here. It's like, what am I supposed to be doing?
I'll put the light on first.
You have to put on the light to turn on the light, apparently. Like, I know I want to get out of an area, but I'm not even 100% sure what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I use the hose in the hatch to suck out water?
I guess it's been lying around here for years. It probably won't last much longer.
And so we're walking back this way, which arguably is a mistake. So there has to be some system, but I'm not 100% sure what the system is. Am I really supposed to just guess? I'm pretty sure you only pulled.
Aha! I don't see any reason to close the door. I'll leave it open so there's a way for me to get back.
So now this door is open. And we're back here.
A fire hose with metal connectors at both ends.
I'll take that.
Not exactly light. The metal connectors at both ends are heavy enough on their own.
So let's connect these two into one longer hose.
I've joined the two short hoses into a long one.
And put this on the outlet.
Better not now.
Yeah, I'm uncertain as far as which way the water wants to go. Let's see, what else? Can't do that with that. Can't do that with that. Let's just try and go down the hatch, I guess. Maybe I need to go down there to see something before I realized whatever I'm supposed to do. I guess I am not playing very logically at all, am I, when I'm left with this idea of, well, I'll just figure it out. More things everywhere.
A concrete girder. It's almost directly above the hatch. Hopefully the floor up there doesn't cave in when I walk on it, but I think it'll support me even without the girder.
There's a wall over here.
The wall here seems to have been repaired, for whatever reason.
So is the idea that
These pieces broke off the concrete girder.
I'm gonna break the floor and open the door that way?
What a disgusting brew.
And gloves.
There's a pair of gloves and a wrench. I'll take them both with me.
So yeah, you definitely needed to be in this area. Let's just roll back and see if there's any pictures to take. Apparently not. And so one assumes that this hatch is
a hatch. It leads back downwards, but that could be my way to freedom.
Let's see how it opens. It's probably stuck or rusted. I don't think he's turning the right way.
It's not moving. The hatch is very rusty. probably because of the water down here.
So are we blowing up this? Apparently we are.
You know, sometimes the only thing that helps is brute force.
Hmm. Like, it feels like this is going to be more of a puzzle than that. Feels like I'm going to have to flood this area with water and possibly use the rubber dinghy to hold up the floor so the whole floor doesn't just collapse. And certainly I'm having trouble. Seems like the fuse cable won't connect to the dynamite. What am I doing wrong? And wrench on the hatch. Too much stuff in the inventory. Still, definitely having too much stuff in the inventory. Alright, let's... the inventory system not working greatly because of that.
I think it makes more sense to position the dynamite first, and then push the igniters into the sticks. At least I'll be some distance from the explosion, should something go wrong with the equipment.
But where are the igniters? A fuse cable.
Good. There's another stick of dynamite, just in case the first one isn't enough. Good.
Alright, we can look over here in this box.
I don't need any more cable at the moment.
So where are the igniters? That's what we're doing, right? Yeah. And this doesn't work with this. We're in a weird way. Interesting. Like, we're in a very weird position right now because I'm not 100% certain how this stuff is supposed to work.
Better not now.
Let's see. Am I supposed to use this first? Or... I don't see anything. Unless I'm supposed to use a chain on the pipe. Or this on the pipe. Or this on the pipe.
No, I don't want to flood everything.
So, yeah, it does seem like I know what I'm supposed to do. It's just not wanting to really cooperate.
I've got a single chain here, about 6 feet long.
Detonating device.
I'll have to position the stick of dynamite and attach the fuse cable first.
Okay. That's what I was trying to do. Did I need to look at the detonator before it would allow me to do that? Why am I watching a transition animation? I'd hoped taking a couple days off this game I would be less frustrated with it, but certainly this game does feel like it's just jerking me around.
Alright. I've taped the stick of dynamite on the hatch. If I'm lucky, I can blow a hole in the hatch with it.
Maybe that's what I had to do, is look at the dynamite
Alright.
at least once before I can attach the fuse cable.
There's an igniter cap fastened to the end of the cable. I reckon the cable's a good 30 feet long.
So what's the problem? Insulation tape on the dynamite. Insulation tape on the fuse box. Magnesium flares. Are they supposed to be in there somewhere? Knife on the magnesium flares. That on the magnesium flares. That on any of these things.
These gloves have seen better days. They look a bit well used. Got a few holes in them.
So maybe the insulation tape on the gloves?
Better not now.
Apparently that is something we're gonna do later.
The wrench was lying under the gloves. You can't read the size on the grip. It's too rusted.
We're not supposed to just scratch the rust off the wrench and make another bomb, are we? Apparently not. He won't walk over here. So we've got the hatch, the dynamite, and the concrete beam, and that's it. Let's just see what the first hint is. The lock can't be broken open, but perhaps it can be welded open. We already did that, so that hint's useless. You always have to be hard-headed, trying to break through the wall. Sometimes it's smart to simply skirt around problems or dive under them. Still not helpful. Open that tank's lid. Sometimes brute force is the only option. Still not useful. Yeah, and that's kind of it. Where are we on the front of this? It's like we've almost got a full page there, and kind of nothing else. Alright, well, desperation time, I guess. Knife. Let's just try, I guess, every object starting at the end. And see if we can use it on the dynamite or the hatch or the concrete beam. And see if anything goes red.
Better not now.
Apparently that can be used on the hatch. That can't. That can't. That can't. That can't. That can't. That can't. We still have this display cabinet key for getting into the Gordon family history, and this lockpicking tool, Yeah, that's what we were trying to do, is we were trying to break into the museum, and that was such a long time ago. It's like we're completely off doing a different quest that was forced upon us. So there's literally nothing I can do.
Hopefully the floor up there doesn't cave in when I walk on it. But I think it'll support me even without the girder.
Unless there's something to look at. Or try twice.
Alright.
I've done everything.
I've taped a stick of dynamite on the hatch. If I'm lucky, I can blow a hole in the hatch with it. Alright.
It's the same,
Alright.
Same response for either. Either looking at the hatch or looking at the stick of dynamite. Okay. So next thing's next. We'll just try every object in this area that has even a chance of maybe working. I don't know why any of this would need all the setup. It feels like I have an idea. It feels like I know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, okay. All of a sudden it decides to work.
I think it makes more sense to position the dynamite first, and then push the igniters into the sticks. At least I'll be some distance from the explosion, should something go wrong with the equipment. I think it makes more sense to position. At least I'll be some distance.
Ridiculous. It's just not letting me do it. Have we hit another bug of some sort? Like, am I gonna have to once again try and research this and say, oh, actually, the reason why I can't solve this is a lot simpler than it seems because the game is broken.
There are only nuts here, no screws.
So what does that do? Feels like there's a half of a puzzle that we've solved, and there's just another half a puzzle to do. And frankly, unlikely that any of these objects before the display key is going to play any role. So I'm going to skip those in favor of trying these on top of each other and seeing if anything goes red. So we'll just try everything on everything.
Better not now.
Like, we know there's something here. Is it the fuse box? Am I supposed to wire the explosive wire to the fuse box for some reason? Because that's not how they said the detonator even worked. They said the detonator was just manually wound to get a charge. The button chain.
There are metal loops on the rubber dinghy. I'll hook the chain onto it.
Okay, so now we have a boat with a chain on it. What does that tell me? doesn't seem like it works with anything.
What do they say about leverage? The bigger the lever... I'd say the screwdriver's a little too small.
So I figured maybe a screwdriver would work on the camping stove, but apparently not. I don't see why anything else would work. See if we're gonna come over to the switch box.
The door is open and the light is on. There's nothing else I can do here.
Yeah, so yeah, there's no reason to use a fuse cable with that. Or that. I don't think there's a reason particularly to do that. And this still doesn't want to work.
Better not now. Better not now.
I've accomplished very, very little again. And I think I'm just gonna have to look at a walkthrough. Like, there's nothing here that indicates what the next step is. So the solution for me, of course, is to look at a walkthrough, see if what I've been trying is what I'm supposed to do, or if there's some other step that is just obscure enough that I'm not recognizing it. We've got several things that we've picked up that feel like they're gonna be used in different puzzles at different times, on top of the junk that we've already collected earlier in the game. And that certainly is leading to some confusion also. It's been 45 minutes, so that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, friend me on Steam, gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a